Welcome to the Black Business Podcast, where we help Black entrepreneurs, Black business owners, and Black consumers connect their Black dollars. Now, here's your host, Jenny Jones.
Hello, it's great to be with you today. I'm your host, Jenny Jones, for the Black Business Podcast. And joining me today is Mr. Tyrone Smith of Houston, Texas. He's with Equip 24/7. Man, this is a mouthful. You guys are going to be in for a treat today. Today's show is brought to you by the $5marketinggarage.com, where all of your online digital marketing needs are met inside of the garage. I'm super excited for our guest today. He found time in his busy schedule. If he's over here, he's doing that. He's over there, he's doing that. He's on the West Coast, East Coast, Mid Coast, Central. He's all over, but he's doing a lot. He's pretty busy, but he found time to join us today here on the show on the Black Business Podcast, where we connect entrepreneurs, small businesses, and consumers with their Black dollars. Listen, without further ado, please welcome to the show, Mr. Tyrone Smith of Equip 24. Welcome to the show, my brother.
Hey, Jenny, man, thanks for having me, man. I'm looking forward to connecting, sharing, encouraging, and just challenging the listeners, man, in regards to being all they're called to be.
Hey, man, I appreciate that. Listen, I got to tell you, man, you're a busy guy. I was reading your website and trying to keep up with you. I'm saying, okay, so where's he at today? What is he doing today? Where's he speaking? He's live here. He's live there. Listen, man, tell the people, listen, get on our elevator ride. We always take people up to the 47th floor and say, listen, we hop on the elevator ride. Listen, brother, man, tell me what you do. Tell me about 24/7, man.
I mean, what Equip 24/7, man, is an organization, man, established, man, with the primary focus, man, to empower, inspire, and change individuals based on their mindset and their outlook and their perspective. You know, being a former NFL player, there was a lot that I had to endure personally. But one of the things I actually found out, man, by playing the game of football, man, I was able to actually overcome a lot to get to that particular point to actually play in the NFL. And people ask me all the time, man, what is it like to actually play in the NFL? I say, man, it's hard work and dedication. But at the same time, there was so much that I had to overcome to get to that point of being a professional NFL player. So my whole premise and focus in regards to my life, my story, my journey, man, is to empower people, to inspire people, and to change them based on their way of thinking and outlook and perspective.
Man, boy, you got me about to take off right now, man. What the funny thing about it, man, just being in business, right? And I know with COVID, COVID coming out and all that other stuff, man, sometimes you feel like an island on your own. So if a person was to reach out to you, let's unpack this a little bit, right? Because you said a mouthful. You said, man, listen, a former NFL player, right? You went to college. And what college did you go to?
I went to Baylor University.
Okay, so you went to Baylor. Yeah, so just going to Baylor and all those other different things, how would a person, and it really just depends, like, let's say a young entrepreneur that's out there trying to get it off the ground. How would a person like you, or coming in contact with a person like you, and then we'll talk about a business aspect for if a person wanted to bring you in to talk to a team or something like that. Let's talk about an individual first. Let's get on that first. So if I called you and said, listen, I want to schedule an appointment with you, I want to book you. I mean, I know you got some books and things like that. We'll talk about that a little bit later, but how could you even help a person that's just starting out, that's kind of struggling?
Man, somebody's actually struggling, man. What I would do, man, number one, I would sit down, man, to see really what is the big picture purpose, all right? What's your big picture purpose? What is it you actually look to do in regards to, like, your plan in life, all right? So if you have a big picture purpose, what I would like to do is pretty much like break that plan down in a systematic way to pretty much achieve what it is they actually desire to do based on their big picture goals and aspirations. Because you think about this, a lot of times people have desires in regards to what they want to do, but they don't have a plan. But then if they do have a plan, they're not willing to work the plan. And so what I would do, I would sit down with the man, find out the purpose. Let's get to some goals, some objectives. Let's put together like a tangible outline and detail specific things that you can do to accomplish what it is that you want. Is it going to be easy? No, it isn't, but it's going to take hard work, dedication, time, and commitment.
You know, one of the things, and I know this for sure, one of that key word is discipline too.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of discipline, because I know even to make a team or to keep your weight and to keep your, your focus and to read and study film and all that, a lot of that, the true fundamentals in running a business is almost the same as well. Do you want to chat in with that? You want to chime in with that?
It's so true. You got to be disciplined and committed. And one thing I found out by being a professional athlete, as you said, it took work. I mean, I know you can buy anything at Walmart. You can literally buy anything at Walmart, anything at Target, but you cannot buy discipline, commitment, and hard work. And so to achieve anything in life that you may want from a business standpoint, you have to be committed to the process, because it's not going to be easy. But if it's something that you truly want, you got to discipline yourself in regards to your mind and your heart to pretty much follow through to make it a reality.
Man. Woo, boy, you got boy about to take off up in here, because this is some good meat, right? And I think this is a good opportunity for us to inject the part that you've so graciously agreed to be one of our keynote speakers at our upcoming expo here in December. And man, I can't wait. When we started talking and conversing, and then you said this I think is going to be powerful. So I just want to let everybody know he is going to be one of our keynote speakers at our expo that's coming up in December. It's December 4th and the 5th, a Friday starting on the noon, and then it's going to start at 8 o'clock Saturday morning and run all the way to 5 o'clock. And we're going to end with an entrepreneurship panel. It's going to be action packed. You do not want to miss it. You're going to be hearing from this great brother too as well. So listen, so we talked about discipline, right? So me as a team, right? So now I'm a CEO, right? I got a small business. We're trying to grow. I'm even trying to take salespeople. I'm trying to take everybody to the next level. How could I actually bring you in? And, do you speak to teams? Is that something you do for mid-level businesses?
Yeah, I speak to mid-level businesses as well. Man, I speak primarily, man, from elementary, middle school, high school, colleges, right? Business professionals, financial groups. I mean, so whatever platform I can use to actually, use my gift and talent to really make a difference in the lives of others, I'm willing to do so. I've even spoken to professional teams as well. Spoke to the Baltimore Ravens, Kansas City Chiefs a few years ago, colleges, football teams. So whatever platform I'm giving in regards to speaking to teams to encourage, to inspire, to motivate, to take a deeper look at how they can do things better, I'm willing to do so.
That's awesome, man. I remember I remember going to this talk in Las Vegas. I was part of this large financial group, and they brought in Sugar Ray, right?
Yeah.
And everybody's like, man, Sugar Ray, man, everybody, man, he pretty face Sugar Ray, right? And everybody's like, man, what he gonna say? This was funny. We got there, right? And we got there, and it was like, man, what is Sugar Ray gonna say? We already know Sugar Ray was just knocking people out. Man, what Sugar Ray shared, he was like, listen, man, when I had to go and fight Roberto Duran, man, my mind had to be changed. I had to be trained in my mind. So he gave us a lot of insights. Like, man, I never thought about that. Right. You always see athletes and you always see them. You say, oh man, he just went in and handled business. But it's a lot of preparation goes into that. So let's talk about that a little bit too. As you're trying to take a person to the next level, we already said, hey, you break down big picture, break it into bite-sized pieces. Mm-hmm. But then let's talk about is it a mindset shift too as well?
Man, it's a mindset. It's a mindset shift, man. When you really think about it like big picture, it's about you taking the inward look at yourself to see what it is that you can do differently. Because when you think about it, Jenny, in life, if we want to do better and be better, it requires us making a sacrifice. But a lot of the times, people aren't willing to make a sacrifice in regards to what they want to do because they're selfish, right? And they're stuck in their own way of doing things. And their own way of doing things may be the wrong way, but it may not allow them to be all that they're called to be. So in it, how can you shift your mindset, your outlook, and your perspective based on the big picture goal?
Wow. People, man, this is some good stuff right here. This is some good meat right here. So listen, tell me a little bit, because I know you have a couple of books, you're established author. Give me a little bit about that. Do you have anything to share with us so that you can show us a little bit?
Yeah. I actually have my book, man, Outside the Huddle, Steps to Developing a Game Plan for Life. I released it a couple of years ago. And I also have a journal companion as well, Outside the Huddle, a journal, right? And so really, Outside the Huddle, the book is a book that's actually 8 practical principles I've applied in my life going back to an elementary age student up to now. I talk about purpose, planning, process, pitfall, people, practice, progress, pausing in your life, and big picture progress. So I take these practical principles and give relevant life examples about how I applied these principles to my life. And I challenge the reader as well. And the journal is really designed it's a 52-day writing challenge to really get people to really think about their purpose and planning and detail specific things that relate to the book as well that you can apply to your life.
Wow. Okay. So we're going to put all that up in our store as well. We're going to have you featured in there in our store. People will be able to access that. But listen, so are you now with the COVID-19, are you doing an accompaniment to that? Because I know you released it several years ago, but now are you digging deeper and saying, hey, you know what, I want to put a coaching session together with
Yes.
some of these small businesses, you know, maybe some of the African American businesses or any businesses just trying to get off there. Go ahead, man. You wanted to share something on that?
Yeah, no, you're exactly right. What I was saying, no, you're exactly right, because I'm putting together a series of coaching sessions as well, based on the various chapters that I actually have in the book to inspire business owners and entrepreneurs. So you're right on time with what you said.
Okay, so by me being right on time, what I said, listen, are you going to offer anything special for our listeners or viewers for me being right on time? I may be helping them out. Maybe if they come and maybe they buy a ticket to the expo, maybe that's something we could say, hey, if you do that, you can get in on the coaching program,
Yeah.
$5 off, $10 off or something like that. Do you have anything idea, or did I just put you on the spot? I don't
Yeah,
know.
no,
Man.
but you know what? It's quite all right to be put on the spot. So I tell you what, man, you and I will sit down after the interview and we'll put together a plan of action in regards to a coaching session based on those who actually register that I'll be able to provide for a discounted rate so we can pretty much make it happen. I mean, I'm always willing to give, but at the same time, it's about how can we do it and be effective. So I want to sit down with you after the interview and see what will be the best plan of action to make this available for those who are tuning in today.
Man, that's what I'm talking about. That brother was like, listen, man, and it's a business, right? Like,
Right.
man, listen, I got to cover my costs too, Jenny. I understand that, right? But I'm saying, listen, if we have a captured audience for those who actually attend and participate, and then if you, I think you'll be working with people. If they want to get any tickets from you, they'll be able to follow you on your different Instagram or whatever. I'm gonna allow you to put all that out later. But if they wanted to get a special discount ticket from you as well, you could probably just have it for people that buy discount tickets from you, or you can just have it for anybody that attends. So we'll work on the details and stuff like that. I just want people to be helped, right? Because COVID-19 mentally is taking a lot out of people, right? And I know personally, I have just went into a full-blown creative mode, right? And I think in order for me to sit still in my businesses, I'm always having to just create. I'll get up at 3 or 4 a.m. in the morning. My wife is like, where are you going? I'm like, hey, I'm going to create. Tell me a little bit about that. How's it affected you in your business where you can't touch people, you can't be out and see the people, but now you're trying to motivate from afar? How's that worked out for you?
I mean, we've had to hit the reset button, man, as a collective. I mean, so the thing about it is you're either going to be, as a business owner, you're either going to be stuck or unstuck, right? I'm not trying to be stuck. You're not trying to be stuck. I mean, so we've had to reset the button and pretty much repurpose some of the things that we've actually been doing, but at the same time being more effective, because now we all have this virtual environment, right? And so with that, I've done multiple presentations virtually for teams and groups in New York, in Boston, in LA, here locally in Houston, but yet I've been doing it from home and using a virtual platform to still make the same intentional connection and empowerment, virtually.
Man, that is a lot. That's so. Now listen. Now let me ask you this. I don't know if I'm gonna put you on the spot with this, but you've come in contact. I think Coach Mariucci is one of your 4 words in one of your books or something like that. But listen,
Yes.
What's the best advice that you can apply from sports over to business that you would give a young business owner right now that you've heard from another great player or athlete or something? Like, what's the best transfer?
It wasn't even something I even heard. It was something that I saw.
Okay.
Right? Of course, Jerry Rice, man. He's considered the GOAT when you think
he's the
about
GOAT.
He's the GOAT.
No doubt.
Right? One thing I appreciated when I played with the San Fran 49ers was to see Jerry Rice firsthand every day in practice. This man practiced like it was a game. He approached practice at game speed. So he was always driven and determined and focused, despite the fact that it was practice. He practiced like it was a game. So it let me know when you think about life and where we are right now and being determined to achieve and do things, you have to always be driven. If it's something that you actually want in life, so here it is, I'm seeing Jerry Rice, considered one of the greatest of all time, number 1 on the initial 100 greatest players of all time, working dedicated each day because why? He had love, he had a purpose, and he had a mission. So when you think about where you are in regards to what you want to do, if you're a business owner, do you love what you do? Are you fulfilling your purpose? are you giving your all? And so just seeing Jerry Rice and him giving his all every day, like motivated and inspired me, man, to a whole nother level. And so when I was playing with the 49ers, my second year with the 49ers, I remember he asked me to stay after practice with him to do extra work with him and Steve Young, because he saw how hard and how dedicated I was to working. Although I was an undrafted free agent, man, I had to grind. And he saw my grind. He saw my motivation. He saw my determination. He asked me to stay with him after practice on certain days. Man, that was an honor to me, because why? He saw how hungry I was and how determined I was. And so when you think about what you want for your business, how driven are you? How determined are you? How dedicated are you? Because the thing about it is, you have to be like self-driven and self-motivated to get what it is you want, if it's really your true desire.
Wow. So let me ask you this. Now, this is one thing I've been trying to figure out. I've been interviewing a lot of guests, and I've been trying to figure out, man, listen, do you really have to love what you're doing to be in business or to be successful? What's your thoughts on that? I'm just getting.
I think if you love what you do, it brings another level of dedication to it. Right?
Okay.
You know, I remember Pete Carroll, when I played with the San Fran 49ers. Pete Carroll was my defensive coordinator, who's now the coach to the Seattle Seahawks.
Right.
But during training camp, you know, you have about 90 something guys who are trying to make the team, but they're going to have to cut the team eventually. And he will always run around and say, some guys just going to fake it till they make it. You know what I mean? Because if you're faking it till you make it, if you're not really giving your all, because you haven't really been all in your life when it comes to like putting forth a great effort. You know what I mean?
Say it, man.
Fake it till you make it. But if you have a love, a passion, a true desire, man, you're going to rise above the rest. Even if you don't succeed, you're not gonna be angry and upset, because why? You're doing it from a place of love. And if it's a place of love and you don't make it, you're gonna still move forward, because why? You have that love.
Wow. So do you think a person faking it to make it? Let's go back to the Pete Carroll statement. Do you think they'll eventually get found out?
I believe so. When times get tough.
Yeah, there you go. When times get tough, like right now, we talking about COVID season. Times is tough.
Man, dude, times are tough, man. The thing about it is, people are desperate, right?
Right.
People are desperate. Desperate times bring forth desperate situations. And then you think about those desperate situations, in turn, you're going to have what? Desperate people. Man, could you imagine? I've gotten so many phone calls, man, from people, man, that have had these master plans, but there's no depth and no foundation in it. That's why I appreciate you, dude. I mean, you have a genuine heart purpose in regards to what you're doing, because I've had people, man, approach me, man, that really are just doing it out of desperation. You know what I mean? That's one thing I appreciate about you, man. Number one, you're consistent and you're genuine. You know what I mean? It's hard to be desperate, genuine, and consistent. You know what I mean? If desperate is the first thing that's a part of what you do, man, you're not going to last. And if you have a couple of conversations with people, it would eventually show itself. So I just appreciate you, man, for being a genuine brother, man, and being consistent in regards to your position, man, to help other business owners out there as well to succeed.
Man, I appreciate that, because I've never been motivated by money, because I learned getting in the financial industry over 20 years ago is if you chase money,
right,
you never catch it.
Right.
And when I was first told to me, I was like, man, that's like running around like Rocky when he was trying to catch the chicken, right? It's like if you chase money, you will never catch it. But if it's a genuine purpose, right? And I come from a school of, if you can help enough other people, it's going to be automatic for you. You're going to be able to do what you need to do. And I appreciate your comments and thank you so much, because that's the way I appear to be, and that's the way I want to be, and genuine in that. So listen, let me ask you this. So you talk to different levels. Like you say, hey, listen, I can talk to elementary schools. I talk to high schools. I talk to college. I know you do a lot of college. I think you have a nonprofit as well. You do some speaking and some other different things like that. I think you do some church outreach as well, some different things like that. But what are you most passionate about in all the things that you do? What just gets the fire in your belly, gets you out of bed like you about to go lose yourself when you get up out of the bed? You do a lot. So I do a lot. I don't want those. So which one that you just belly just fire? Which one?
Man, I think, you know, those challenging situations, man, like those groups and those teams where they have like a lot of challenges, to be able to come in and kind of help shape and actually redirect the culture, to help redirect like the mindset, that like truly inspires me. Because, you know, growing up as a kid, man, I wasn't expected to do anything. My mom didn't finish middle school. My dad didn't finish high school. My oldest brother was in and out of prison. My middle brother was a menace to society. He always got in trouble. I was the youngest of three, right? I grew up in the inner city of Houston, the hood. I wasn't expected to accomplish or do anything. So to be the person in my family to actually go to college and go through college and then succeed and fulfill my dream by playing in the NFL and to become a business owner, to write a book, to become an author and achieve all these things, man, when I wasn't expected to achieve those things, man, come on. So to go into an environment where people are uneasy, people are not willing to work together, people feel challenged. I mean, that really motivates and inspires me, man, to go in any environment or any situation, man, to just challenge the group, man, to look beyond the current state, and to be motivated and inspired. And not so much just to kind of give you like this raw speech, but to have like genuine, authentic conversations that are relevant, honest, and real, that are going to challenge you to the core.
Okay. And do a real quick check and see if you didn't cover your mic or something like that, because your sound changed a little bit. I don't know if you changed your mic or anything like that. I just wanted to make sure.
Are you good? Can you hear me?
Yeah, okay. I can hear you. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure. So listen, man, you said, man, if you can come in and just kind of turn situations around, because a lot of people don't know or realize the situation they're in. They're in so much dysfunction, right? That they don't even know that they're in dysfunction. And man, I appreciate you being vulnerable and sharing that with us. A lot of people didn't know that. I'm sure if they read your book or pick up some of your material, they're going to find a little bit more about Mr. Tyrone Smith and what he's had to overcome. And to me, that speaks volumes and credibility and where you're trying to take people, because you actually had you had to overcome a lot of different things. So listen, as we kind of bring this to a close, we talked about, your program. You have your books. You're going to create another program around that as well. Any other special projects that we can look for from you before we start giving out your Twitter handles and all your other, where you can be reached at? Any other special projects that you want the people to know about, or anything you want to share with a small business owner or a entrepreneur or a consumer for that matter? Do you have anything that you want to?
Man, what I like to tell everybody out there listening, man, when you think about life, man, and everything that you do, let your words in your life have meaning, right? Mm-hmm. Let your words in your life have meaning. If you aspire to do something, be true to what you say, right? Be true to what you say, and actually fulfill the goal and the purpose that you actually have, because it's not going to be easy. You have to be willing to embrace the process, because in life, it's not so much about where you start, but it's all about where you finish. And when you think about everything going on right now with this global pandemic, everybody's having to hit the reset button. Some people are stuck, right? And some people are unstuck. And the thing about it is, you think about yourself in regards to what you want to do and connect with organizations and programs like my man Jenny here is actually offering to kind of help elevate your mindset to a different way of doing business, to a different way of thinking. I truly feel and believe this, that if we really want something, man, in life, we got to continue to grow, and we got to be a lifelong learner. Hey, I've accomplished a lot in life, but I'm still a lifelong learner. Always willing to be able to be coachable. If you're willing to be coachable, you're willing to learn. If you're willing to learn, you're willing to grow.
Man, you said some good stuff there. Every now and then I will connect with people. We'll just connect like Lego blocks. For me to hear a person that says, hey, lifelong learner, right? And then you're also saying, hey, just be willing to be coachable at all times. Those two, to me, I think have gotten me, I think those have gotten me the most mileage out of my life and my career, right? My wife keeps saying, man, when are you going to stop going to school? When are you going to? I say, I don't know that I'll ever stop, because I love learning, right? Yeah. And so to me, and that's why I'm always doing different things when I bring people on, when I get off the show, I'm giving them ideas on how to grow their business. I want everybody to win, right? I want everybody to succeed. That's why I put the platform together. I'm looking for people to help others grow. I'm looking for unicorns, people that don't know, hey, I didn't know nobody was doing that. I didn't know nobody sold pink socks over here and wherever, I'm just trying to be funny, but I'm looking for those people who can take people to the next level. And I appreciate your time. And you didn't have to, right? You didn't say, man, I got 100 things to do. Jenny, keep hitting me up, man, when you coming on the show, So I appreciate that. And I don't want to take that for granted. So I thank you. Brother. I thank you and your family for allowing yourselves to be accessible to us young business owners trying to put it together. And I appreciate you for that. So any parting words before I have you give out your handles, your contacts, your Facebook pages and stuff like that? You've already said a lot already, but is there anything you just want to lead the people with and say, man, let me leave you with that? Bam.
Hey, I just need the listeners and everybody tuning in, man, to sign up for the expo, man. That's it. I need y'all to sign up for the expo, man. Get your ticket, bring a friend, tell your neighbor, tweet, text, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, MySpace. I know MySpace is gone, but yeah, you still use MySpace, man. Spread the word so people can come out, man, to get this insight, this wisdom, and this true knowledge.
Yeah, I appreciate, man. I don't have nothing else to say, man. That's because they don't know. We're gonna have about 20 to 22 speakers. Yeah, all Black businesses, greatness, all in one. You're like, wow. So if you come for both days, if you get the combo pack, man, you are going to get a lot out of that, right? And so I'm not going to say anything. What I want people to do is be, man, I missed it. That's what I want them to be saying, because I'm like, yeah, you should have been there. We told you. Yeah. Brother Smith told you, Brother Jones told you, and all the people that's coming on. I'm telling you, we got something lined up. It's going to blow your mind. I appreciate you, Brother Smith. So give people your contacts, where they can find you and all that, and then I'm gonna go ahead and close out the show. What you got?
Yeah, man, you can go to my website, man, and connect with me. TyroneSmith24.com, TYRONESMITH24.com. Email at info@TyroneSmith24.com. I'm on LinkedIn. You can connect with me on LinkedIn. I'm on Twitter, Tyrone24, TYRONE24. And of course, Instagram, Tyrone24_7. So those are all my different handles where you can connect, stay engaged, connected with me. So I'm just grateful and thankful, man, for every healthy breath to be living to do the work that we all called to do.
Man, I appreciate that. Listen, hey, you guys have heard a mouthful from this brother. If you want to hear more from him, you want to get an opportunity to get in on one of his programs at a slightly reduced rate, right? Because we're gonna talk to the economics out on it, but it's got to work for him too, right? And one thing that I will say, and I'll insert right here at this point, man, invest in yourself. If this brother's doing something like that, whatever the cost is, if it makes sense for you, invest in yourself. And that's what I've been wanting to share with some of the young entrepreneurs. They hopping online, man, how can I get all the information for free? I'm like, nah, economically, it's going to cost you somewhere down the line. Right, it's either going to cost you in the mistakes that you made, or it's going to cost you up front, right? And that's part of my next chapter. It's the next book I'm writing on, man. That's another story. But anyway, it's going to cost you. So I think you need to invest. If his brother has a program out here, if he has his book and he says, hey, I'm going to be offering programs for people that buy my book as well, man, y'all need to take advantage of that. This is a deep brother. I've been listening to him, been following him. Y'all need to get on this level, man. We trying to all out here do this. Definitely as African-Americans, we need to take our game to the next level. So again, you can find us at theblackbusinesspodcast.com. Download our podcast. People say, well, I can't find you on iTunes and all that. That's because we're on Podbean. Podbean is the only platform that allows you to do visual connection. And those are the podcasts that I like. So you can look in Brother Tyrone's eyes. You can see his passion, right? You can see how passionate he is about helping people. That's what Podbean allows us to do. This is not your normal average podcast where we just want to connect with people and see that they get it and see that they can still be able to spend their Black dollars. So again, the Black Business Expo is coming up 4th and 5th of December. You don't want to miss it. Right now, we got some early bird specials on the tickets. Got a link up to us on our Facebook page, which is The Black Business Podcast. So facebook.com, The Black Business Podcast. I am super excited. Share what's going on, help us grow the platform. We're trying to get the word out. We're trying to grow, try to lift up our brothers and our sisters. We want to thank Brother Tyrone Smith again for his time and his passion in trying to grow. He wanted to be a part of this platform. He said, man, I gotta reach the people, man. I said, man, we got the platform for you. Yeah. So we thank him again for coming out and giving us a wonderful job. We're going to connect with this brother. I'm going to put his stuff up. I'm going to purchase his stuff. I want you guys to purchase it as well. Support this brother, man. We out here trying to do it legally.
Yeah, legally.
I got to insert that part, legally. We're out here trying to grow and inspire one another. Hope everybody's doing well. Y'all take care for now. God bless. Peace.
Thank you for listening to the Black Business Podcast, where we help Black entrepreneurs, Black business owners, and Black consumers connect their Black dollars. Hosted by Jenny Jones. If you like what you heard, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to our podcast. If you want to learn more about all our podcast guests and spend your Black dollars with them, visit our online store at shopblackbusinesspodcast.com.